Hello YouTube. This is going to be my 29-week pregnancy video. It's a bit late, but I thought I'd get it up late anyway, just so I at least could get it up. Yeah, so on September 4th, which was when I was 28 and a half weeks, I had my midwife appointment. At my midwife appointment, the baby was in the breech position, but I think she has switched to head down since, because of just where her movements are and everything, that it feels different. It felt like she was breech just for the one day and then flipped back down. So I'm not quite sure about that, so I guess I'll find out on my next midwife appointment, which is in a week. My urine analysis, because about a month ago I had a lot of blood in my urine, it came back that there was no bacteria at all. So technically it wasn't a bladder infection at all. It just, my midwife just thinks that it's, I have an irritated bladder. So basically she'll me just drink a lot of water. And I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but I really hate water. So lately I've just really tried hard to drink water. And I know I'm not drinking what you're supposed to drink in a day, but for me it is really hard, because there are times where I will gag because I really don't like water. And usually I try to chug it down pretty fast so I can just get it over and done with. Yeah, so there's that. At my appointment, I was measuring 29 centimeters, and since I was 28 and a half weeks, I was measuring half a centimeter ahead of my weeks, whatever. The baby's heart rate was 150, and when she was feeling for the baby being breech, she didn't seem 100% sure, because where she found the heartbeat, it was kind of in a spot that would suggest that the baby was head down. And when she was feeling what she thought was the head up on the top of my belly, she just seemed very unsure, that she had to actually go and feel it again after she checked the baby's heartbeat. So yeah, I don't know if she was 100% sure about it, so who knows about that. But the movements did have gotten different from that day, so I do think that the baby possibly could have been breech. So I'm just saying that the baby is breech. And for my weight, I weighed myself at 28 and a half weeks, and I'm already 29 and a half weeks. So then I was 178 pounds, and I have gained 24 pounds so far. That's a week ago, so who knows if I gain weight now, because from 26 and a half weeks to 28 and a half weeks, I didn't gain any weight, which for me is like, yes, because I gain so much, and I'm scared of going, doing big jumps in weight gain, because that tends to happen to me. So if I don't gain like any weight for 2 weeks, it makes me more happy. Because of course my weight gain, well, I don't know if it would be considered healthy. Usually with my first two I went up 50 pounds. My second one I went up 40 pounds, and he was a week and a half early, so I wouldn't have gained 10 pounds in a week and a half, but I probably would have gained 5 or more. Actually it would be possible for me to gain 10 pounds in a week and a half. In the end, that just wouldn't have been good. And the strangest thing is, when I'm not pregnant, I can't gain weight. Like, I really can't. I can eat junk and just not gain weight. It's really weird. So, who knows? Babies' hiccups are very annoying, first of all. I really don't like the hiccups. She hiccups at least 3 times a day. So, it's kind of annoying, but it's just something that happens. So, anyway. My Braxton Hicks have gotten stronger and more frequent lately, which I don't mind, because that means my body's preparing for labor. So, that's good in my opinion. And they don't hurt yet, so, yeah. Um, I mentioned once that I had sore, swollen taste buds on my tongue. I realized when I was 27 weeks that that was gone. But up until about 26, 27 weeks, I had it for the whole pregnancy. And that's really annoying because certain things burn your tongue. Like, I like ranch dressing, and that burns my tongue, or anything vinegary, or just lots of stuff just burn the tongue. So that just sucked. And by the way, I'm looking at my notes. For cravings, I've been craving Reese peanut butter cups. I haven't had a whole lot of cravings this pregnancy, but that is one of them. And there are more symptoms that I have had, but those I'm leaving for my 30-week one. So there's that. And nesting. I have been nesting like crazy, but then some days I get too tired to nest. But I'm really trying to get things ready and stuff. And on the days where I don't have energy, it really bothers me because I just want to get things done, get things ready. So it's really annoying. And today I had my glucose test. Yes, I'm also going to probably mention it in my 30-week video because it was part of that whole week there. And that was just a terrible, terrible experience. I'll tell you about the experience right now because I had it today. And sorry I look so yucky. I did not put makeup on, which is really weird for me to do a video looking so garbagey, I would say. First of all, it was a student, I guess, lab technician. He was really, really nice. It just took him a while to do things. And in the end, he couldn't do my blood test because I have really, really bad veins. So that's why I had such a bad experience. The drink that I had this time was not cold, probably because the hospital that I got done at, they are under construction, so they had to move their whole entire lab, so I'm guessing maybe that's why it wasn't in a fridge or anything. So it was room temperature, which made it more harder to drink. So last time that I had the drink, well, I had to do the, with my third, I had to do the first glucose test, and then I failed that one and had to go back to do the other one. But I passed. I didn't have gestational diabetes. But that time I had a cold drink and I was fine. It actually tasted pretty good, and I was thirsty at the time, so it was totally fine. This time, after and during, I felt nauseous. I felt kind of lightheaded after. It just kind of sucked this time, but it wasn't too bad compared to the blood test. So they had to, first of all, I'll show you my arm. I don't know if you'll be able to really see, but this one here is the first one they did in that vein. That's right there. They got 4 vials of blood out of there, and then they had to poke me again. Right, hold on, let's see if I can. Right, yeah, right there, where that little dot is. Right, I can't even point to it because I have one hand. I'm doing this on my phone. So, and while she was doing this one, because he couldn't do it, the student one. While they were doing that blood test, it felt like she was pushing in the needle all the time. And then when the worst part was when she took the needle out, it started to burn a lot. And if it's touched or anything, and if moving my arm, it actually hurts. The other one is fine, but yeah, out of the other one, they got 3 vials of blood, so total of 7 vials of blood. Plus, they had 2 other vials that didn't work from the first blood test they tried to do. So there was a tiny bit of blood in those too, so, but they weren't like full vials, so I just say that they took 7 vials. They were, of course, they had to do the glucose test, so they had to take blood for that. Plus, they were checking my iron, blood platelets, and apparently they're checking my RH again. Now, this really irritates me since your blood type cannot just all of a sudden change out of nowhere. I've had 3 babies. This is my 4th. And obviously my blood type's not going to change. I am RH positive, and yet they had to check it again. And they have to take a whole freaking vial just for your RH. And that's just like, so frustrating. Because I have to get poked like this. And when I told them which vein that pretty much there's a certain vein I have that the lab technicians always take from. They did not listen to me and take from that vein this time. I even suggested just having them poke the vein, and I don't care if they don't get anything, because it's better than to have a little poke to see if it's there than, because I know that they would get blood from it, because my midwife did that once where I told her this vein is where they always get the blood. She just poked me, decided to go with it, and she got blood. So, and usually that's where you can get quite a bit of blood out of that vein, but they didn't want to try it because they weren't that sure. So that was just, it was frustrating, and I almost passed out because I don't like needles, and to have a needle in my arm for so long, because for the first one the needle was in there, I don't even know how long that needle was in my arm for, but I guess it felt longer because I just hate needles. So yeah, it was just terrible. I just kind of get a little bit panicky because there's this stupid needle in my arm for so long. So it just freaked me out, and I started to get faint. But after they did the blood test and everything, and I was able to just get away from it, I was, doing better. Like, I didn't need to just sit there and wait for it to feel better, because the needle was what made me so, and I see that I look so chubby, or I guess swollen, not chubby, in my face, so that makes me look even worse. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that is my 29-week video. I will do a belly shot, even though I'll probably update my 30-week one soon, but who cares? Probably not going to look much different the next time I do my belly shot, but I'll do it anyway today. Okay, I just gotta get up and sitting down. Okay, this, hopefully there will be enough room to do this. Okay, oh, let me make sure it's up in the back. This is my 29-week belly. That's from with the shirt over. Oop, don't want to cover the camera. With the shirt over. And then, let's see if I can do a bare belly shot. Got my maternity pants on. This here is my bare belly with all my stretch marks. And my gross belly button. And flabby tummy. It's so gross. I can't wait to get back into shape after. Or, well, actually just, lose the baby weight. Because I got baby weight from my second still, so, and this is my fourth. So that's my belly for 29 weeks. Yeah. Okay. I hope y'all have a great rest of the week. See you.